Which classic film noir is considered the definitive Rita Hayworth film? Charlie Chan in Egypt, Only Angels Have Wings, or Gilda? The definitive Hayworth film is undoubtedly Gilda, in which she appeared opposite Glenn Ford, her frequent co-star. Whose novel Strangers on a Train did Alfred Hitchcock adapt for film? Patricia Highsmith's, Graham Greene's, or Jules Feiffer's? The 1951 adaptation of Patricia Highsmith's gripping novel gets its edge from the director's wit and visual imagination. Whose stories inspired the film Cabaret, 1972? Sir Stephen Spender's, Christopher Isherwood's, or E.T.A. Hoffman's? The film is loosely based on the 1966 Broadway musical Cabaret by Kander and Ebb, which was adapted from Christopher Isherwood's. What is the name of the 1922 film adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula, made by F.W. Murnau? For Devils, Nosferatu, or The Last Laugh? Nosferatu, A Symphony of Horror is a 1922 silent German expressionist horror film directed by F.W. Murnau. Which actress portrayed Lola Lola, the sultry and world-weary female lead in Germany's first talking film? Marlene Dietrich, Hedy Lamarr, or Greta Garbo? Director Joseph von Sternberg saw Marlene Dietrich in a show in Germany in 1929 and cast her as Lola Lola. Which screen actor once muttered the words "Some weasel took the cork out of my lunch"? Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin, or W.C. Fields? W.C. Fields became renowned for many comic devices in film, such as his fondness for flowery verbiage. In which film was the character of Charlie Chaplin's alter ego, the Little Tramp, born? The Tramp, The Pilgrim, or Kid Auto Races at Venice? It was in his second Keystone film, Kid Auto Races at Venice, that Chaplin's immortal screen alter ego, the Little Tramp, was born. Which of the Marx Brothers was the straight man but dropped out of the act after the team's first 5 films? Harpo, Chico, or Zeppo? Zeppo, the straight man of the team in the movies, left the act in the early 1930s and became a successful theatrical agent. Which actor, born Archibald Leach, did some of his best work with director Alfred Hitchcock? Henry Fonda, Cary Grant, or James Stewart? Cary Grant, born Archibald Alec Leach, was an English-American actor. Which of the following dancers is regarded as a pioneer in the serious presentation of dance on film? Arthur Murray, Fred Astaire, or Vaslav Nijinsky? Fred Astaire is regarded by many as the greatest popular music dancer of all time. What chorus girl turned actress tutored actor William Holden in his first movie, Golden Boy, 1939? Barbara Stanwyck, Gloria Swanson, or Angela Lansbury? The role was a challenge for the inexperienced young actor, who was tutored by co-star Barbara Stanwyck in the basics of performing before a camera. Which role nearly lured actress Greta Garbo out of retirement? the role of Colette, the role of painter Rosa Bonheur, or the role of writer George Sand? Greta Garbo was nearly lured back to the screen twice, once to portray George Sand. Which composer of several American popular standards also found success as a character actor, notably in the movie To Have and Have Not, 1944? Roy Rogers, Hoagy Carmichael, or Tommy Dorsey? Hoagland Howard Hoagy Carmichael was an American singer, songwriter, musician, actor, and also found success as a character actor, notably in the movie To Have and Have Not. Who created the Keystone Cops and is considered to be the father of American slapstick comedy in motion pictures? Billy Rose, Buster Keaton, or Max Sennett? Max Sennett was a Canadian-American film actor, director, and producer, and studio head, known as the King of Comedy. Which actor was the first to receive 2 consecutive Academy Awards for Best Actor? Clark Gable, Spencer Tracy, or Kirk Douglas? Spencer Tracy was an American actor, one of the major stars of Hollywood's golden age. He won 2 consecutive Academy Awards for Best Actor from 9 nominations. Which movie is based on George Bernard Shaw's Pygmalion? The Sound of Music, West Side Story, or My Fair Lady? Pygmalion remains Shaw's most popular play. The play's widest audiences know it as the inspiration for the highly romanticized 1956 musical and 1964 film My Fair Lady. Which was Elizabeth Taylor's debut film? There's One Born Every Minute, Father of the Bride, or Lassie Come Home? In 1942, Taylor made her first film, There's One Born Every Minute. What high school dropout became a noted author, director, and photographer? James Van Der Zee, Gordon Parks, or Harry Belafonte? Gordon Parks was a son of a tenant farmer and grew up in poverty. After dropping out of high school, he held a series of odd jobs, including pianist and waiter. Which English critic and motion picture director coined the term free cinema? Ellen Terry, John Dryden, or Lindsay Anderson? In 1956, Lindsay Anderson coined the term free cinema to denote that movement in the British cinema inspired by John Osborne's play Look Back in Anger. Which American movie studio introduced sound films? 20th Century Fox, Warner Brothers, or Columbia Pictures? In 1928, Warner Brothers released Lights of New York, the first all-talking feature. Due to its success, the movie industry converted entirely to sound almost overnight. By the end of 1929, all the major studios were exclusively making sound films. Who is Alan Stewart Konigsberg better known as? Woody Allen, Bob Dylan, or Rex Stewart? Woody Allen is an American film director, writer, actor, and comedian whose career spans more than 6 decades and multiple Academy Award-winning films. What was the first film directed by Alfred Hitchcock? Blackmail, Sabotage, or The Pleasure Garden? The Pleasure Garden is a 1925 British-German silent drama film directed by Alfred Hitchcock in his directorial debut. Which American actress established herself as a major star in the Broadway musical Funny Girl, 1964? Sophie Tucker, Barbra Streisand, or Mary Martin? Barbra Streisand established herself as a major Broadway star in the career-making role of Fanny Brice in the musical Funny Girl. Who directed the film Last Tango in Paris? Francis Ford Coppola, Kurosawa Akira, or Bernardo Bertolucci? Bernardo Bertolucci was an Italian director and screenwriter, whose films include The Conformist, Last Tango in Paris. What film director founded the Theatre Libre in Paris? André Antoine, Jean Cocteau, or Marcel Carne? André Antoine is an actor, theatrical manager, critic, and film director, a pioneer of naturalistic drama, who founded the Theatre Libre in Paris. Which film director-actor is regarded as the pioneer of American cinema verite? Clint Eastwood, Roger Corman, or John Cassavetes? John Cassavetes, American film director and actor regarded as a pioneer of American cinema verite, and as the father of the independent film movement in the United States. Who first added animation to films? Walt Disney, Edwin Porter, or J. Stuart Blackton? J. Stuart Blackton, British-born U.S. film director and producer who introduced animation and other important film techniques that helped shape and stimulate the development of cinematic art. Which American film actor was known as the Man of a Thousand Faces? John Carradine, Lon Chaney, or Bela Lugosi? By 1923, Lon Chaney was known as the Man of a Thousand Faces for his ability to transform himself into any type of character. What was the first film not in English to be awarded the Oscar for Best Picture? Life is Beautiful, Roma, or Parasite? Parasite won the Oscar for Best Picture at the 92nd Academy Awards, becoming the first non-English language film to take Hollywood's top prize. Who was the first African American to be nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actress? Dorothy Dandridge, Lena Horne, or Ethel Waters? Dorothy Jean Dandridge was an American actress and popular singer, and was the first African American to be nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress. What director is best known for her documentary films of the 1930s about the Nazi movement? Bridget Helm, Margarethe von Trotta, or Leni Riefenstahl? Leni Riefenstahl, who is best known for her documentary films of the 1930s dramatizing the power and pageantry of the Nazi movement. Computers from which company were used in the making of Toy Story, the first entirely computer-generated feature-length animated movie? SGI, Apple Computer Incorporated, or DreamWorks? In 1995, the first feature-length animated movie to be entirely computer-generated, Walt Disney Company's Toy Story, was created with SGI's computers. Which actress played two of American film's most notorious Southern belles, Scarlett O'Hara and Blanche DuBois? Julie Andrews, Vivien Leigh, or Sarah Siddons? Vivien Leigh, British actress who achieved motion picture immortality by playing two of American literature's most celebrated Southern belles, Scarlett O'Hara and Blanche DuBois. For what film did the English actress Julie Andrews win an Academy Award? Victor Victoria, Mary Poppins, or Darling Lily? Julie Andrews won the year's Best Actress Oscar for her performance in Mary Poppins. For which film did Sean Connery win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor in 1988? The Untouchables, The Hunt for Red October, or Never Say Never Again? Sean Connery won his first and only Oscar in 1988 for his iconic role in The Untouchables. Who won an Academy Award in 1957 and played the role of Prince Faisal in Lawrence of Arabia, 1962? Sean Connery, Omar Sharif, or Alec Guinness? Alec Guinness won the Academy Award for Best Actor and the BAFTA Award for Best Actor, Prince Faisal in Lawrence of Arabia. Who was the founder of the British documentary film movement? Zyga Vertov, Robert Flaherty, or John Grierson? The most important and internationally influential development in British cinema was the documentary film movement led by John Grierson in the 1930s and 1940s. Which musician is featured in D.A. Pennebaker's documentary Don't Look Back? Bob Dylan, Jim Morrison, or Eddie Van Halen? Don't Look Back is a 1967 American documentary film directed by D.A. Pennebaker that covers Bob Dylan's 1965 concert tour in England. What is the name of Robert Flaherty's first film, a dramatic interpretation of the Eskimo way of life? Nanook of the North, Moana, or Man of Erin? Nanook of the North, 1922, a dramatic interpretation of the Eskimo way of life, was based on 16 months of living with them and filming their lives. Who made the films Swept Away and Seven Beauties? Michelangelo Antonioni, Lena Wertmuller, or Kurosawa Akira? Lena Wertmuller is an Italian screenwriter and film director. She is known for her films Seven Beauties,